topic is what y'all need to know about tax season before you start filing, some friendly reminders, some things that you just need to know, okay? So number one is change your address, right? So it's probably too late to change your address with the IRS, which you can do that too. But if you're going to change it with the IRS, I would say call them and see if they'll do it over the phone. Most of the time they won't, but see if they'll do it over the phone. But change your address with, like, if your former employer, your current employer, any institute that you are possibly going to get a tax document from, make sure, good morning, Tiffany, make sure you change your address. Because if they mail them out, then you're going to be waiting forever because your address might be incorrect. And even for my people who work on their job, have been on their job for a long time, you need to go in and look at your profile at your job and see if your address is updated. Because a lot of times your address don't be updated. And then you might have moved and then they start to mail the W-2 or whatever tax document, and then you end up not getting it. So I just encourage you all to change your address. Are you going to have to download it? What website you're going to have to download it from? Get the instructions to get it downloaded. That's very important because a lot of times y'all don't know how to get to your W-2s, and we don't know how to get to everybody's W-2. So you need to know how your W-2 is coming. And for my parents whose kids are in college, you need to see if your dependent is going to get a 1098-T from the school. If you qualify for that credit, it's a good credit for you, okay? So you need to not be rushing to file if you know you got a dependent in college and you might be able to get the education credit for them. So check with them. Make them check with their financial aid people to see, one, if they're going to get a 1098-T. And if they're going to get a 1098-T, how will it be given to them? So will it be sent in the mail, or will they have to download it in a portal? That's one of the things every year people be so confused about. So make sure you check for that particular form. Good morning, Jennifer. Yeah, wait for the form. Now, they be waiting until the end of the month now to send them out. And sometime the beginning of February. Those schools are really, really slow. But if you got a dependent who's in college and you're going to claim them, which you probably should, we'll talk about that on another live, then make sure you get the 1098-T from the school. Now, know that just because your child is in college, it don't mean they're going to get a 1098-T. So you need to check and see if they're going to get one so that you have all your tax documents, that you're not leaving no money on the table. It's so many parents leave money on the table when it comes to their college students and they so-called adult children and they still take care of. That's another live, okay? That's another live. Maybe probably going to be next week. Parents who get an identity pin for themselves, your spouse, or your dependents. You should be looking in the mail. If you have not already got it, which I haven't heard nobody got it yet, but if you have not already got it, be looking in the mail for your IP pin. And when you get your IP pin, put it in a special place. Take a picture of it just in case you lose the paperwork. Because if you are issued an IP pin and you do not have it when it's time to file, you cannot file out electronically. Right now, the IRS have updated, how you get your IP pin, so you can get your IP pin online as well. But sometimes people can't get their IP online because you don't know your information about your personal stuff, and you can't get into their system to get it. So just in case that happens, be looking for your IP pin in the mail, and then that way it's harder to get that IP pin reissued. So definitely, if you get an IP pin for your dependents, you want to make sure that you put that information in a secure place. I just recommend take a picture of it and put it in your phone, or take a picture of it, put it in your phone, send it in an email, upload it to a cloud, do something. But that way you have it when it's time to file taxes. Too many of y'all that get IPPNs and then y'all get rejected because y'all forgot y'all get one. And then you're on loss where it's at. Your return cannot go out electronically if you do not have the IPPN. So that's important. The third thing is healthcare.gov. Did you get your insurance from the marketplace? If you got your insurance from the marketplace, which it means you applied for your health insurance on the website healthcare.gov. It used to be called Obamacare, Trump Care, all those different cares. But it's from the government. Then you need your 1095A from them. And understand this. If you had insurance with them for one day, you're going to get a 1095A from them. Your return cannot be e-filed without that 1095A. Those are the two biggest rejects that we have for our clients. Don't have the IPPN on there. Forgot they got it. Get one. And then people, the 1095A off, download it. Make sure you have it ready for your taxes. Now, number 4 is sign up for ID Me if you already haven't, or if you haven't already created your personal account on the IRS website. I used to be against it because y'all be in there trying to read stuff that you don't really understand. But I think it's important for you to have one because when y'all be on the IRS, it should tell you if you owe a balance, so you will know whether or not you owe them some money. Then when you have access to ID Me and you have your own account, then if you did have to go get your IPPN or anything sensitive that the IRS is going to issue you, then you already signed in. You're not waiting to create that stuff when you come to the tax office. So I just encourage you all to go ahead and get you an account just in case you have to look for something in specific when it comes to your taxes that can be you can get from irs.gov. And another reason why you need that is because a lot of times if you're going to change tax professionals and you do not have a copy of your tax return, or you got to wait for them to send you a copy of your tax return, you can get your copy from irs.gov under your personal account. So that's the real reason why y'all need it. Now, I prefer the copy that the people's transcript, their copy it's not together. Like, they missing stuff. They don't tell you certain information. Good morning, Stephanie. They don't tell you certain information or whatever. So I like the copy from the company. But if you can't get the copy for the company, because unfortunately these tax pros don't give y'all no copy, then we can use the one from irs.gov. Let me see. Number 5. Let's talk about the refunds for this year and what they're going to look like. Okay? So, we in business. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are in business. And as tax pros, we are supposed to tell you what you want to hear so you can come to our office. So, there's nothing wrong with that. Good morning, Trisha. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But y'all get tricked too much with it. Okay? Because you got all these people screaming big refunds, maximum refunds, which I use the word maximum too. But maximum refunds, they're screenshotting people tax refunds. And you're thinking, oh, well, let me go to them because they can get me one. Stop falling for the okie doke. Okay? Let me tell y'all something about those screenshots. I can literally go to my computer, input some fake information, put a specific number on a W-2, a 1099, or whatever, and get a big refund on the computer screen so I can screenshot it and show it to you so that you can come to me. So don't believe everything. Good morning, Lucille. Do not believe everything you see. Again, we're in business to make money and we're in business to market. So ultimately, it's not to say that everybody who's doing that, like, they're not able to get you that refund, but a lot of times they're not, especially if they're refunds like 11, 12, 13, 14,000. those refunds are almost non-existent. It doesn't mean that you can't get them, because some people can get them. But it's not like 2021 where everybody was getting them. Most refunds, the average refund is under 10K. 6. Okay? Let me do this. 6. All right? Or 6. All right. Lead me to number 6. It's certain credits out there. Now, you don't talk about this kind of stuff, but I got to start talking about it because y'all don't be listening. Y'all be getting bamboozled. So, it's certain credits out there that every year tax pros go try to find, okay, to try to get you a bigger refund than what I'm telling you, okay? So, one of them is the household employee. Tax pros in this industry eats that credit up. And what the household employee credit is where someone works for somebody, like a nanny, right? And instead of saying they're small business owners, they say they are household employee. Well, it's a maximum amount that you can claim for household employees. I don't keep up with it because I don't know nobody that's a household employee for real. But I haven't did anybody that's really a household employee for real. I've been doing taxes for 19 years. Okay? But anyway, so they do this household employee thing, and then the household employee thing, it makes you a household employee, which makes you look like your income is on a W-2 versus your income being on self-employed. Because if you're a small business owner, it's supposed to go on a Schedule C unless you elected to be taxed as an S Corp. And so instead of going on a Schedule C, the reason why people don't want you to go on a Schedule C is because on a Schedule C, you have to pay your self-employment taxes. Self-employed people do not get away with not paying their taxes if they make a profit. You have to pay that when you file your taxes. So if you're self-employed and you ain't paid no taxes all year, when you file your taxes, instead of you getting the max amount, especially if you're in the earned income tax bracket area, instead of you getting the earned income tax, the maximum amount for the earned income tax credit, you're not going to get the max because they're going to take some of that money that they was going to give you and they're going to use that to apply it to your self-employment taxes. So if you're self-employed and you're getting a large amount of money, it's because they are making you a household employee. The IRS are flagging those returns left and right. Be cautious of what you put on your tax return. The ones that got the fuel credit. And I don't know if people got money and theirs went through or not. That's the residential energy credit. Okay? So you're going to have a lot of people abusing that credit as well. Those are two credits that likely if you put them on your tax return this year, they're going to get flagged. Just like people last year who got the fuel credit. Y'all know who y'all are. The ones that got the fuel credit. And I don't know if people got money and theirs went through or not, but I know a whole lot of people who put it on their tax return and they had to go back and do amendments. They still ain't got any money from last year, and the IRS is definitely holding those returns. So those are two credits that you better be careful about. That if your refund is real ridiculous, that's what's on there. Okay, if you're self-employed, most self-employed people, 3 dependents, if you're at the